Hey Whiskey Mates, it's Luke again, and I'm here with another comparison video. I've been on a bit of a sherry kick, and I think I'm going to continue that today. And so the primary sherried whiskey is this Macallan 12 that I've been focusing on. And so that will be one of the whiskeys I taste today. And then I'm going to compare that to this Glenmorangie Lasanta sample that I've come across. I did another Glenmorangie comparison video a while back, comparing the Glenmorangie original and a couple of their extra matured whiskeys. This is one of their extra matured whiskeys. They take the Glenmorangie 10-year-old and then they do some extra maturation in sherry casks, specifically Oloroso sherry casks, which is if you take it Oloroso sherry and add sweetness to it, you get cream sherry. So if you go and pick up a cream sherry at the store, you'll get something like what this tastes like. So the cask is imparting some flavor to this, whereas a sherry, of course, is like that's the drink, right? So it will be kind of an essence. So I'm going to leave this Macallan here for now. I'm going to start with the Glenmorangie, and we'll see where it takes us. I expect this Glenmorangie, because it's just extra matured in sherry casks, to be less sherried than the Macallan, because the Macallan is matured completely in sherry casks. Let's see. Glenmorangie seems to do a lot of well, they sell their original with samples a lot of the time, and that's how I ended up with this. Okay, let me get my color chart out. There we go. Okay, so color-wise, this is I'd say amber +2 on my scale, and I don't know if they color. I would guess they don't add colorant to their caramel to their whiskey, but I'm not sure. This is bottled at 46%, and I just realized I didn't show you the bottle. So you take a look. Tiny little guy, but I believe the full bottle is the same. Might have a bit more information on the back. Right, so 46%, and let's see what we get on the nose. So yes, definitely getting the sherry nose on here. It's actually pretty distinctly sherry. It's a little hot. The 46% today, at least, is burning my nose a bit. Let me see. I have some notes here that I wrote down earlier. So it's got a slight citrus note. I'm trying to remember what the Glenmorangie original is like, because I know that's in here. And the Glenmorangie original is kind of a delicate, floral, citrusy nose. Kind of bright. As far as spice goes, I don't know, maybe a hint of like a cinnamon brown spice. I think I'm going to need to add a little water to this to get much more out of it. Let's have a taste and then move on. Well, big hit of sherry up front. Good clean taste. A little syrupy in the mouth. Just as far as mouthfeel goes, it's good. The finish is kind of medium length. Wow, I'm really getting a lot of sherry off this today. I'm going to add a little water and see what else I can get. Still quite a bit of sherry. Getting maybe like a cocoa powder smell. So when I say sherry, that means kind of a deep brown sugar, raisiny, dried fruit smell, which is very pleasing, and it's one of the reasons Macallan 12 is so popular. It's just that dark, heavy, puts hair in your chest kind of flavor and smell. It's probably what people who don't taste a lot of whiskey think of when they think of whiskey. Besides the whole peated thing, smoky whiskey. Okay, let's have a taste. The sweetness is coming through a bit more here now. Kind of the lighter sweetness of the regular Glenmorangie, the Glenmorangie original. The sherry note's still there, a little bit more subdued. Finish is still kind of even Stevens. Not much bitterness at all, really. Just kind of a clean, delicate, light whiskey. Great for just kind of sipping and enjoying. Okay, let me put this bottle here. And let's move on to the Macallan. So this is Macallan 12 years old, bottled at 43%, and exclusively matured in selected cherry oak casks. So this is, and I've done I can't remember what my first Macallan video was, but basically what I deduced was that Macallan 12 is essentially, they've perfected sherry maturation, and that's what Macallan is. So you'll probably see that as I taste it and describe it to you. But it's a very well done sherried whiskey. There we go. Nice shoulders on the bottle. The Macallan bottles are really nice. Let's see if we can get the flavor text. There we go. Great. Okay. Okay, so Macallan 12. This is significantly darker than the Glenmorangie. This is probably Amber plus 3 on my scale. Now, I'm not sure. Once again, I should probably start looking this up. I'm not sure if this has got color in it either. Caramel or E150. But either way, that's the color. Let's move on. Yeah, so this is, it's got the essence of that Glenmorangie, but what I'm getting is a much more heavy syrup sense on the nose. Just feels like a more, I guess, a stronger, heavier sherry nose. And it's got a lot more of a spiciness to it. Whereas the Glenmorangie, and this is actually characteristic of the Glenmorangie original, it's not very spicy, it's just kind of bright, fresh, floral nose. And this has got nice cinnamon nose. If you like sherry whiskey, you've probably already discovered Macallan, but this is one of the best sherry whiskeys I've had. Next to the Aberlour Avonat, which I really enjoy as well. Okay, taste. So this has more sherry flavor, but actually comparing the mouthfeel to it, the mouthfeel of this, the Macallan 12, to the Glenmorangie actually felt a little bit thicker to me. But maybe it's just, I don't know, I got used to the mouthfeel and now it just feels normal. Finish-wise, This is a bit longer than the Glenmorangie, I would say. Let's see. Have another. A lot more spice, like cinnamon, clove type spices going on in here. I'm going to add a little water and see if I can dig a little deeper. The sweetness of this is just really good. Awesome. So the sherriness of this has gone down a bit. I don't know. I know that in my tasting of peated whiskeys, the smokiness goes down a bit. It's not as prominent when you add water. Sherry, it seems to be the case that the sherry nose is kind of reduced a bit when you add water as well. You can explore the other notes. Searching for citrusy notes, and I think this, once again, I think I've said this before, it's got kind of a, well, it reminds me, I guess, of a holiday orange that's got all those cloves poked in it. I don't know if that's something that people do commonly, but I remember seeing those when I was a kid. So it's like a orange peel with clove spice. Okay, taste. So I noticed that the Glenmorangie was not really bitter at all. This has just a slight bitter note, but still, I mean, it's not much. Yeah, it's like a dried fruit note in there. Okay, let's compare side by side. So if you want to see color-wise, this one here is the Macallan, and then this is Glenmorangie. So yes, the Macallan is significantly darker than the Glenmorangie. But side by side on the nose, spice. Yeah, much more floral, quite a bit more floral, less spice. Just kind of cleaner, basically. Less heft in the nose. Okay, and taste. Okay. Yeah, there's kind of, so definitely that Glenmorangie original is coming through here. It's white sugar, light, almost like a clean lemon, like an oversweet lemon kind of flavor. Gentle. But Glenmorangie is great. I really like Glenmorangie, especially for the price that Glenmorangie is. It's a really great starter whiskey, and it's a lot of fun to taste, and it's a lot of fun to go back to after you've been hit so hard by a Macallan or a cast strength whiskey. This is a really, the Glenmorangie is really nice to just kind of settle down a little bit. It's almost like a lavender floral note that I'm getting here. Interesting. Okay, so let's see. Comparing in words, the Macallan is kind of a heavy syrup, deep whiskey with a lot of sherry, and that's expected because it's matured exclusively in sherry casks. Glenmorangie, like I said before, is more gentle, easier to sip on if you're not looking for something extremely complex or extremely sweet, I guess, even, but more like something that's going to require your attention, because the Glenmorangie is something you can just kind of have in a glass and sip on it and you'll be happy. Macallan is the same way, but it's got a lot more sweetness to it. So it's like having a fudge piece of fudge versus like a, I don't know, like a sugar cookie or something like that. So anyways, that is my comparison. Next time I'll probably be doing not sherried whiskeys. I don't know. I've got some peated whiskeys piling up that I'd like to compare, so maybe we'll switch over to that. But anyways, till next time, I'll talk to you guys later.